Hello, welcome to this video. This is a timeless tarot reading for the North Node in Libra sign. Your astrological North Node is your destiny in this lifetime. It is your purpose, where you're supposed to be headed in this lifetime. In some ways, it is what you've incarnated to do here on planet Earth, at least according to astrology. And for that reason, I am fascinated by the North Nodes. I think they're really interesting. It's my favorite placement in all of the natal chart. And so if you don't know what your North Node is, I've put a calculator in the description below this video. You can click on that and figure it out. You need to have your time of birth. And so if you don't have your time of birth, you can get an updated birth certificate from Vital Records. That's if you're in the United States. You can contact the hospital you were born in. They might have the time. And alternatively, you can ask a family member if they remember the time. You should only watch one of these videos because you only have one North Node. I was first brought onto the North Nodes by an astrologer that I went to see in Portland, Oregon. And she said at the end of our session, she said, "Zane, you have to go downstairs and you have to buy this book, Astrology for the Soul by Jan Spiller." And I'm really glad I did because it in some ways changed my life. It changed the way I view my destiny and my purpose. And it has helped me a lot. I read it 2 or 3 times a year since that time. And that was when I was 26, so it's been a few years since I've been reading this book, and I've learned a lot from it. So if you're interested, I put the link to this in the description below if you want to purchase this book. I thought I would start off by reading this sort of overview section here. So attributes to develop, work in these areas can help uncover hidden gifts and talents. So if you work on these areas, you can get some sort of gift or talent. Cooperation, diplomacy and tact, increasing awareness of others' needs. Selflessness, giving support without expecting reciprocity. Creating win-win situations. Sharing, seeing things through another's eyes. Communicating self-identity. So this is an in-depth resource. There are 40 to 50 pages on each North Node, so it's really quality content. I always recommend people who are interested in astrology to check it out. So let's go ahead and get right into this reading. I've already shuffled the cards because I knew the intro would be long. So if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. The other thing with the North Nodes is it is the hardest thing that you will do in this lifetime because it is your destiny, and that's not always easy. Your South Node is what you came into this lifetime with. It's what comes easy to you, and the North Node is the opposite. And so it's a really interesting sort of placement and situation, these North Nodes. So thought I would just say that, but at any rate, let's go ahead and make sure this is in view, and then we'll get right into this here. Energy on the bottom, you have the Four of Wands. So this is foundations and achievements. Okay, this is some sort of ground that you've laid, some sort of foundation that you've set for yourself. And this is a really nice card. It says that you've put in the work and now you have something to sort of celebrate. Now, this is also a traditional card of marriage. Some of you are potentially looking at harmony or acquiring harmony in your life, or harmonious situations where you want like a long-term partner. I almost feel like maybe some of you have not found that yet. I do feel like maybe some of you who are watching this are single. Remember, just it's timeless, so whenever you find it. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get into this. You have the Seven of Wands here in the middle. This is competition. This means that you've been successful because the card that comes before it is the Six of Wands. I do feel like that because you also have this 4. You've set some sort of nice, stable situation for yourself here. And now the thing is you're defending your position. and this person's in like a defensive stance. They're kind of, the crowd's coming after them because they want what they have. And so for you, it's standing strong in your convictions, doing what you know to be true and what is right for you. Now, in the past, you have the Libra, or one of the Libra cards here. So I think that's you showing up in this reading in particular. This is somebody who will give you a fair shot. This is somebody who is all about divine law and order. Somebody who will not take an emotional interest in you, but will help you get from point A to point B. Now, you, as an aspect of yourself, you could be approaching something from a position of authority. Like you could be trying to get into leadership or something like that. You also here have the Nine of Swords. So this is interesting because there could be something that you're fearing. It could mean that you're fearing taking that next step. Remember, we're talking about your purpose, your destiny here. And so for some of you, there may have been situations where you've been anxious around something. And there's something here where potentially you're staying up late at night, you're having a nightmare, something like nightmares or something like that. But this person thinks that these swords are going to come into them, but in reality, they never really do. And so it's talking about fears getting in the way. I feel like there's a fear in the way. What's interesting here is you have the Chariot as well. This is hard work that brings about, this is like hard work and self-discipline that brings about a victory. Like I've been saying, this whole reading so far, you've definitely achieved something in your life here as it relates to your destiny. You have learned skills, you're experienced. And I want to point something out here. We have 777. So that's an angel number. You might want to look that up. That might be a nice little breadcrumb from the universe here, helping you along your destiny or your path. Now, in your current situation, you have the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is long-term investments paying off. I do feel like I know I'm just maybe sounding like a broken record here, but I feel like you've not only set foundations in your life, but also in material or financial situations. You might have like a nice retirement account, or you might have like a nice emergency fund, something like that. That's what the Seven of Pentacles is about. It's security. And I feel like you're maybe stressing about it even though you have it. And that's what I'm feeling here. You also have the Knight of Swords above. So this is some sort of call to action in your life. You may need to take the reins, especially as it relates to your career or work. I'm getting the sense that some of you are sort of itching to get into leadership if you're in the workplace. And I'll get into what I think's coming here for that. But I think if there's something you feel really sort of magnetized to or pulled towards, I would really go for that at this time. Now, in your future, you have the Devil, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So these fears, I think with this Devil card, it's nothing to stress about. This is, I always say, a card of our shadows. But what I really like, or what I really feel like is coming in for you here with this Devil card, I think it's a fear. I think the Devil card is representing some sort of fear that doesn't really exist. And so if you can try to identify that and release it, I think you're going to have a path towards taking action. And in the future, you could be getting an offer here as well. This is the Page of Cups. This is some sort of happy offer coming into your life. Could be a new creative venture, some sort of new romance. Some of you may really want that harmonious relationship with somebody while also, having your career situation going. That could certainly be happening for some of you. But the Page of Cups, more than anything, I think there's an offer coming in, and it might come as you sort of take this action and you take this next leap. You have the Nine of Wands. In the future, this is telling you not to give up. You are very close to the finish line here, Libra, in North Node. I really feel like this is not time to give up with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Another 9 as well. 9s in tarot mean that you're almost there. You're almost completing your goal. And so I feel like you're very close to something big here. Okay, let's see what Oracle messages want to come through. And this one really wanted to jump out. So not the right time. Interesting. So I wonder, the thing is this, I feel like that's the fear that's creeping in right now, because the cards are telling you to take action and defend yourself. You have peaceful resolution. You are going to achieve harmony with someone here as you defend your convictions and you stand strong in what you know to be true, and then take action. So what I've been saying here, take action, call to action, move towards something. That's what I feel is like happening here for a lot of you North Node Libras. Let's see what else. Let's see what other oracle messages want to come forward here. All right. Hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Definitely like to see that. Keeping a positive mindset, I think, will help you, especially as you're almost there, almost at the finish line. Don't fall into traps of pessimism either. You have Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. That talks about getting into states of meditation, taking time to commune with nature, taking time to commune and go within. And Lord Shiva, transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Time to go. Time to go. I know it says not the right time. What my intuition is telling me is that's your fear. That's your mind. Those are your thoughts that are creeping in, telling you, no, maybe it's just easy if I stay in bed. Maybe it's just easy if I keep having these nightmares. But no, you're being called towards something. You're being pushed towards something, I think, greater, stronger, and better. For some of you, it's leadership. For some of you, it's stability in a partnership. Something happening here. Let's see what else we get. All right. Let's see what other messages once you come forward here. We'll pull some more tarot cards. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Yep, my intuition is right here. I believe we have the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So like to see those clarifications. I'm going to double down on this theme that I see developing here, that you've been a success. You've been a big success in whatever it is that you're doing. And just keep affirming that for yourself, even if you're having a hard time doing that. But the Queen of Pentacles, what my intuition just sort of tipped off on there was that the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very smart with money. Okay, they're very good at planning, very good at budgeting. They make practical decisions. They don't buy things they don't need. They don't buy crap on Amazon. You have done something here, I feel like, to set yourself up for security in your life. I do feel like you have security, but the Nine of Swords is causing an insecurity. The thoughts are getting in the way. That Knight of Cups, you're going to potentially miss out on an arrival or invitation or offer of something happy or a creative venture or something like that if you stay where you are, if you stay in fear. This whole thing is about standing strong in your convictions and getting to the finish line, which I think you can, especially because this is big. The Ace of Swords and the Chariot. The Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. It's the clouds clearing. It's feeling like you're finally ready to push through, and it's a major victory, especially with the Chariot clarified. So something good's coming here. You have the Five of Wands, yep, Four of Swords, oops, sorry about that, and the King of Cups. So there's an emotional situation right now for you around finances and around just something relating to, I feel like you want to go for something, but it's the fear of losing what you have is in the way. It's causing an emotional situation. You can see this person sitting in choppy waters, indicating that they are sort of able to, but you see how they're stoic. They're kind of sitting there and they're not really fazed by everything that's going around them. And so this person's very good at dealing with emotional situations. And for you, there's money wrapped in there. And I feel like it's maybe holding you back in some way. You have this Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands. The thing is, you're being called on to defend yourself, but also to take time to heal and rest. Make sure this battle's a battle worth fighting, okay? And make sure you're not just getting into petty arguments or anything like that. I feel like saying that. And then, especially because you have this Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords, there might be a conflict with someone, but make sure it's worth fighting. Let's see here. We have the Three of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So we have a lot of different, we have two queens, two kings here. So I think there are going to be a lot of different people that enter into your life. I think there's going to be an attractive person that enters, or you could be that person. But with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups, that could be somebody that you're very attracted to coming in. Could be a long-term marriage partner for some of you. I doubt that you incarnated just to marry. I don't know. Some of you could. I have no idea. But I feel like if anything, this person will help unlock a gift for you or something like that. There's some sort of equal partnership coming in. And if this is not romantic, this is someone who will take an interest in you and help you develop your gifts. You have the Five of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Look, you're at the finish line, so don't get disappointed, okay? You also here, by the way, I want to point out, you have the Justice card on the bottom, which is the Libra card. This is the divine scales here balancing out. And so keep going. You have this Three of Wands as well with the Devil. That's initial success. That's a small win that eventually builds up to the Six of Wands, a bigger win over time. And so this Devil card with that Three of Wands is the fear. Okay, you may have achieved smaller things, but you were hoping for the big thing, and it just hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. Okay, it's definitely coming. Let's see what else you have here. All right. Toil and labor, thoughts, journey, house, sure man, community. Occupation on the bottom. So for some of you, you are making an investment that's paying off with the House and the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Cups. It could be a real estate that you're cashing in on. Some of you are like house hacking. Some of you are using a mortgage to buy another property. I'm getting that. I've almost never got that message, but you're like flipping or something like that's going on here. It's successful for you. Others of you have some sort of foundation or security net that you can fall back on. And I do feel like there's something here where you're being called on to act with maturity. I do want to just double down on saying that I don't feel like, just make sure that whatever battle you're in with somebody, it's a battle worth fighting and you're not getting emotional and about it. Yeah, that's what I feel like saying. And then for others of you, there's just nice people coming in. I see a lot of really nice people coming in along your journey. I love this reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, saneintuitive.com. Consider becoming a Patreon. I will see you in the next one.